Hey y'all, I know I look crazy sitting in my car trying to warm up from the cold environment I work in. Um, I want to say this for my ladies. My friend got a phone call the other day, and it was a young lady that was calling, and she was talking about her mother had taken her children. And she said, me and my significant other, um, I feel some type of way about my mother taking my children. And so my friend says to the young lady, well, what do your significant other do? And her response was, nothing. He don't work, right? So she goes on to say how disrespectful he is and his expectations of her and how he demean and degrade her. And so my friend says to the young lady, so how can he be your significant other? She says to her, your mother took the kids away because of the environment in which they are living in. You have this man living in your house. He don't have a job. He's living off of you and your children. And he's very disrespectful and sometimes even physical. So a good grandmother did what this grandmother did, right? So she was kind of quiet. And when I heard this conversation, I said to myself, how many women out here that take care of men every day? Well, individual male people that pretend to be a man, but they're still a boy. You take care of him every day. Every day. He doesn't do anything. He ain't trying to look for no job. His mama has ruined him. He think you supposed to step in the shoes of his mother. And instead of you putting your feet down and saying you will not, I'm not going to, it ain't going to happen, you go right along with the program. Now he's living with you and he feels entitled. But you getting up paying all the bills. You're paying the lights, you're paying the gas, you're paying his cell phone bill and yours. You're paying the rent, you're paying the mortgage. You're paying your car, no car insurance. He driving your car. You feeding you, your children, and him. And he ain't bringing nothing to the table. So how do you call them your significant other? And it just don't go men because women can do the same thing. So how can you call them your significant other? And then we brag about that. Like we proud of a broke person that ain't got nothing, ain't gonna get nothing, ain't looking for nothing, and ain't never gonna have nothing. We call them our significant other. They don't see the best in us. They don't pour in us. They don't uplift us. They don't encourage us. They don't motivate you. None of that. But you call them your significant other. And then the kids have to sit here and watch this type of behavior, and they grow up thinking that that's okay. I'm going to ask this question again, as I've asked it many times before. What is wrong with you that you settle for this type of behavior? What is wrong with you that you think it's okay to take care of another grown person when they are willing and able to take care of themselves? What is wrong with you that you allow somebody to disrespect you, demean you, and just tear you down one side and up the other, and you still categorize them as your significant other? What is wrong with you? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Either you don't love yourself, you don't know yourself, you don't have no confidence, no self-esteem, or you done lost yourself. Something has to be wrong that you think a male person that don't do nothing and don't bring none to the table is your significant other. On the live, I gave you a scenario. And I'm going to give it to you again so we can understand. Because the goal for 2024 is for us to be better and not make the same mistakes over and over again and picking wrong every time. As we grow, we're supposed to evolve. As we grow, we're supposed to learn to do better and be better. But it seems like we're still not getting it. So let me paint a little picture for you. You got a man at your house. He ain't got no job. He don't want no job. Ain't looking for no job. Ain't trying to get no job. You gets up in the morning, you get dressed, he takes you to work. He picks you up from work. You said you got to go to the laundromat in the grocery store. He drives the car back home. You go in the house, you get all the dirty clothes, and you put them in a bag. You drag the bag to the car. He's still sitting on the couch on the right side with the remote control in his hand. Help me to understand. You drag the bags to the car. You put them in the trunk of your car, and he don't say, "Can I help you? Can I do anything for you?" You lock the door. You go on to the laundromat. You go to the laundromat. You wash the clothes. You dry them. You fold them. You repack the laundry bags with clean clothes, your children and his. You put it back in the car. You go to the grocery store. You do your grocery shopping, you get all the grocery bags, and you put them in the car. When you pull back up into the front of the house or the garage or whatever it may be, he's still sitting on the couch. He never part his lips and say, "Can I help you with anything? You need me for anything?" Still sitting up there, remote control in his hand. You go to the trunk, you pull out about 3 or 4 laundry bags, you take them in the house. You put the clothes away, then you go back to the car and you get the groceries. You put the groceries away, and then he says, "What we eating for dinner?" And you says to him, "I'm about to start cooking now." You cook the meal. You finish cooking the meal, you fix 2 plates. You sit down. Maybe the kids is gone to some family members' house. So you sit down with the 2 plates. As you get ready to squat, he say, "I need my beer." You get up, you go to the kitchen, you get him a beer, you crack it, you give it to him. You sit down, you eat. His plate get empty. He's still sitting in the same spot. His butt done dented a hole in the couch. He been sitting there so long. He gives you his empty plate. You take it to the kitchen. You wash the dishes. You put the food away. You clean your kitchen. He says, "I'm horny. I want to have sex." You clean the kitchen. You go in there. You take your shower. Now he done got up off the couch. He done cut the game off, cut the TV off. Now he's in the bed waiting on you to finish. He done did his part. Now he waiting on you to finish your night routine. And you give him some sex. Because I ain't going to call it making love. Can't make love to a broke person. So you give him sex. He rolls over and go to sleep and you start all over again. What's wrong with this picture? And if you don't see nothing wrong with it, I can't help you. But it's so many things that's wrong with this picture that we, as some of you women, really need to really take a deep dive into your life and your relationship. I don't care if you're married to it. I don't care if you're sleeping with it. I don't care if you're thinking about sleeping with it. You need to think long and hard because your future right now is at stake. And for those who've been dealing with it, you ain't got no good future. If something happened to him tonight, not tomorrow, you gets nothing. You done spend all these years taking care of somebody that ain't pouring nothing into you. Your tank is empty. He done drain all your oxygen. He done drain your energy. How much more he gonna take from you, and how much more you gonna allow it to be? It's food for thought. You need to think about it.